It's time for another episode of Raising Courageous Leaders by Mr. Bunke Shipalana. That's my dad.
So Bunke, we're talking about crying. Why?
Because we are in pain. Pain acceptance is the process of giving up the struggle with the pain and learning to live despite that pain. I mean, I'm sure you are upset, and there is a big reason why you are upset about a particular difficult situation or some aspect of our life. You are angry, questioning how unfair life is or why you don't get a break. You fight the current situation, bringing on feelings of distress about that particular pain. My advice this morning is, rather than resisting your pain and so creating a new type of suffering, I think it would be wise to learn to accept the real you, your experience of who you really are and what you are actually going through. In doing so, I think you'll develop a self-acceptance and self-compassion. My advice to my fellow brothers and sisters, my fellow colleagues, is that when you are in a tough situation, learn to cry the pain out. Don't hold on to the pain and act strong when something is painful. Can you imagine if you have to touch a stove and act as if you didn't feel the pain?
It's not hot.
That's what we do with emotional pain. We are touched somewhere where it's hot and it's painful, and we walk around as if we are giants and we are robots. We are not robots at all.
What do you say, Bunke, to that person who's feeling as though, but it's been a lot of disappointment, a lot of heartache, a lot of grief, so much pain that we've been enduring, so much pain we've been experiencing that I actually just can't cry anymore. I've been crying. It's been a whole year and a half of crying, and I actually don't have any tears left in me. Yes, I'm still feeling the pain, but I can't seem to find that release. What do you say to someone like that?
Unfortunately, I'm not God. I can't come up with a solution to a unique problem. My advice is accept that there is a problem.
Yes.
That's what crying is all about. Crying is not necessarily about the tears. It's not necessarily about look at yourself in the mirror
and take a video of yourself.
Breaking down. it's just about sitting and saying, I am in trouble.
Yes.
I'm in a bad season. I'm in a challenging season. Things have not worked out because of me or not because of me. It's just accepting. But that's the first step in allowing God to come in and help you. I don't think God can help you on a problem that you're actually not looking into or you're actually ignoring.
That you haven't acknowledged. So then how do we avoid maybe the trap of being sucked into this dark hole or wallowing in this pit and really feeling sorry for ourselves? You're saying we must acknowledge it. It's there. Let's cry it out, even if maybe the physical tears aren't coming, but being able to express that I'm having a hard time. I'm really, really feeling out of sorts because of A, B, C, and D. So how do we sort of find a balance between that acknowledgement, that acceptance that we are going through a lot and being wallowy and being sucked into a dark pit of maybe just feeling sad and sorry for yourself?
I think as we grow up in life, we tend to know more about ourselves. We tend to understand how we are capable or how we like to deal with a dark phase in our life. There are those who go and sit in a corner and read a book. There are those who have a bit of cash who can go on a holiday to the bush and just listen to nature. So you need to find that key that unlocks the pain out of you. I can't tell you my key is different from yours. Obviously, I'm not encouraging people to go and use substance abuse at all, because get addicted to that, which comes with its own unique problem down the line. But all of us, as you grow up, you'll find you have your own way of dealing with the darkness in your life. And for me, I look at what we're going through as a country now when we have load shedding. Some people use a lamp. Some people use a candle. Some people use solar. Some people just go to sleep whenever there is load shedding. And the amazing thing about load shedding is that regardless of how rich or poor you are, it's going to come to your house. And you don't decide on when. You're just told when you are Section 3. It's going to happen at this particular time. So it comes with or without your permission. So my advice to you, look into your life and say, when I was going through 1, 2, 3, 4, how did I handle it? What key did I use to unlock the pain and cry it out? And once you discover that, always keep that key in your back pocket. Never lose it.
Never lose it. How do we prepare? I mean, you spoke of load shedding, and I don't know how one can prepare, but maybe you can share, maybe you have some ideas, I don't know, how one prepares for that load shedding, situation in your life where it's darkness, it's pain, it's grief, it's misery, and it's seemingly, no light in sight. How does one prepare for that?
One, you look into the future, and by looking in the future, I'm trying to say that there is no testimony without a test. There is no progression without you having to go through something that changes you internally. You can't be passed on or pushed to the next grade without going through a particular exam.
Very true.
So just understand what you're going through and try and overlook it. And this is a spiritual and visionary type of a look, and say, I'm going to go through this, and when I come out, I'm going to be much stronger.
Yeah.
Most of us are, we just got jabbed now, so we're over 35. So it simply means that we've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 challenges in our lives. And most of the time when we went through a particular challenge, I'll never survive this, I'll never come out of it. And you came out of it. And to be honest, sometimes you come out stronger. So look back and say, I went through 4 or 5 challenges and I came out of it. And this is just another challenge. Yes, it might look bigger, it might look more terrifying, but guess what? I will come out of it. So one, know that there is no testimony without a test. That's one. Number two, your life is your CV. And by that, I simply mean that you have survived before.
Yes.
You have gone through, you have been retrenched before, you have been dumped before, you have lost a loved one before. The bank has called you saying, we have scored a year and you have to go and negotiate. You have gone through a lot in life. You have failed a particular exam. You didn't get that position that you applied for before. But life continues. So look into your life as a CV and understand that you are still the same person that went through those and you survived. So if you survive, you're still going to survive. And again, it's you preparing yourself that, you know what, I survived the 4-5. I'm going to survive this particular dark phase of my life. Last but not least, for me, I always pray for strength. There are certain challenges where I look at the mirror and say, "We're not born. Le problem le nkulu." And I say,
beyond
God,
you.
Tata, I am passing this ball to you because I can't handle it. I can stress about it, but I don't have the power, the resources, the knowledge, and the wisdom to even start solving it. So me stressing about it is me holding on to a hot coat. I'm letting go of this hot coat because I can't handle it. And that's when I pray to God for strength during that tough phase.
I love that part of praying for strength because you're quite right. There are certain things that are way beyond you, and you are not physically equipped, you're not spiritually equipped, you're not equipped in any way, shape or form to handle some of them. So you surrender them, whether or not you are a prayer, but maybe meditation, looking inward and really, absorbing the fact that there are certain things that are beyond you and you need to release them and handle what you can handle. Yes?
I think at the end of the day, we must know that we are not in charge of this world. We are in control, as I always say, of the sun and the moon. And there are certain things that we have to pass on to whoever is in control of the sun and the moon.
Absolutely. Bonke.
Stop waiting for someone to rescue you.
You must have patience and engage in consistent action.
Find the inspiration within yourself.
Patience
to rise above and be your own hero. Join Bonke Shipalana on The Power Within.